Heather, I'm so happy to have you back here. How are you doing today?
Good, I'm good. It's so nice to be back with Talking Harps again. I feel like I'm a bit of a regular on Talking Harps. Um,
You are. And I just want to preface this video by saying that this is not a paid promotion. I actually genuinely want you to share this because I am very excited to learn about the changes that you have made
mhm,
to Harp Scotland. So, for those who are not familiar with Harp Scotland, we actually had a previous talk
mhm.
about that membership. And I have joined the membership briefly. And I have learned that you have made some excellent changes to that membership that caused me to now sign up for this membership. And I want to help spread the word. So here we are. We're going to talk about your How to Harp membership.
Yeah.
So tell us about why you want to create this learning community membership, How to Harp, and what are some of the features that we can see in this membership?
Yeah, those are great questions. So the reason I created a membership at all in the first place was to bring excellent tuition to as many people as possible. So that's why I started my membership 2 years ago. The reason I'm kind of making such big changes to Harp Scotland and relaunching as How to Harp is really because of what I see being needed by the harpists that I meet online, the harpists who I have the pleasure of playing with, the harpists who have taken part in free events, who are part of the free How to Harp community. The new How to Harp community is essentially meeting the needs of the learners that I see.
And I think that's a wonderful thing because when we talk about learning and teaching, we learn about your passion about giving quality attention to the student. And I think that is something that, generally speaking, in sort of like a video platform learning, that we don't get because the
Mm,
transmission of information is very one directional. And what I have experienced in your recent free event is that interaction and the feedback that you have here from your student and how you have incorporated them into your event like almost right away, which is
mm.
phenomenal. So what are some of the things that you're offering as a result of teaching in Harp Scotland and learning about what the learners would like to see? What can we expect in How to Harp?
Okay, so How to Harp is essentially kind of formed into three learning pillars, if you like. Um, and part of that is, I think, what people have come to expect from online learning. So part of that is increasing your repertoire. So we've got the tune bank, and the biggest change that I've made in the new membership to the tune bank is originally I was teaching only traditional Scottish music. And now in the tune bank, there will be music from what I've called Celtic nations, classical music, pop, film, and seasonal. Really, because whilst Scottish folk music is what I specialise in and I love, and there'll still be lots of Scottish folk music, there's so many other types of music and styles and genre that we can learn from and build. You know, the harp's so much about enjoying playing, isn't it? As much as it's about making a beautiful sound and growing as a performer and, you know, all these things. It's also just about having fun and loving what you're playing. So that tune bank, I guess, is kind of your more standard online teaching, what people will expect. It's taught through video lessons that are broken down into nice little learning chunks. And the tune bank will already be there. There's already tunes in there. There's the last 2 years of Harp Scotland in there. And it will get added to. I think that the thing that makes this particular tune bank unique and interesting to all learners is that everything that I offer is provided in 3 levels: beginner, intermediate, advanced. like a tune, you'll be able to access it no matter what kind of learning stage you're at. And even better than that, if you start with the more kind of lower level beginner arrangement, you can actually progress onto the intermediate and onto the advanced. So you have a more structured learning path immediately that you can work through, working with the same melody, but working through the different levels and the different arrangements within the tune bank. And that's pillar one.
Pretty awesome, actually. And I've always loved that idea of having the same tune at the different level.
Mm.
Even from my perspective, which I'm studying with a teacher, I think it's a great way to build a repertoire by, not having to repeat the same tune over and over again. If I want to play in a background music or event or
Yeah.
whatnot, I can just play the different levels through and get a decent length piece out of the material, which is awesome.
Yeah. And it doesn't actually, being able to look at someone who's arranged something for 3 different levels, it also teaches you. So for those who are maybe at the advanced level, who might, they might not have as much interest in working through the levels, etc., but people who are at a more advanced level often have a lot of interest in why things are arranged in a certain way, how they're arranged, harmony, etc. So just looking at how I have split the levels, what's being offered at beginner, intermediate, advanced, kind of gives that advanced player a bit of an insight into how a teacher works and why things are done in a certain way. So yeah, it's interesting from all different kind of learning angles.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's pillar one, that's the tune bank. The second kind of big part of the membership is what I'm calling the technique bank. And this is super important to me. I'm so passionate about this one. Because learning how to play tunes is fantastic and it's really fun. But learning how to play the tunes is what's sometimes missed. So learning really how to use your fingers, really in-depth positioning, shapes at the harp, all these sorts of things that are all incorporated into technique is all in the technique bank. And they're packaged in 3 different ways. So the technique bank, again, it's something that you can dip into for what you're looking for. There's a number of individual exercises, which are videos that are 5, sometimes 10 minutes long. And then kind of from those individual exercises, there's warm-ups. And in the warm-ups, I don't go into as much detail discussing why we're learning an exercise and really talking about exactly the nitty-gritty of the exercise, but it's almost more a flow, a warm-up that you can do with me. So 4 times we're going to pull our 4th finger into our palm, which means we're not only working on plucking, but we're also working on placing. Because I don't want this to happen. I don't want any of those sounds. So generally those sounds come because people haven't placed with confidence. Having looked at those little in-depth exercise videos, you're using them, piecing them together to make a really good cohesive warm-up for yourself. Understanding what you need in a warm-up and why. So they're packaged together like that. And then the last part is kind of mini immersive technical courses, which are looking at a few weeks studying one particular area of technique. So for example, some of the things that are in there already are strengthening your 3rd finger over 8 weeks, which is a common thing that we've got weak 3rd fingers. Exploring dance tunes and improving your faster playing. So a series of warm-ups looking at that. And going in January is a request that I've had, which is how to improve or play brushed chords, or some people call them ripple chords. So there'll be a little kind of 4-week series during January on exactly how to improve that. And that is the technique bank. So important.
It is. And again, for me, it will be a really good reminder to have that information so in the back pocket. So when I do need to go and brush up on a certain technique, I can look it up. And then, of course, for a lot of people in my half circle, which a lot of them end up joining the membership as well, are looking forward to just having that quality tuition on the technique side of playing the harp. Because, like you said, playing the tune is nice, but without the technique, you're pretty limited, right?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, yeah. And the technique bank is already really extensive, but it's added to all the time. So as you're going through the membership, there's more individual exercises going in, there's more warm-ups going in, there's more short courses going in. And something that's really important to me, and we'll talk about in the third pillar, but it's also important for the technique bank and the tune bank, and that is making sure that what the learners need and what the learners want is incorporated into their membership. So when you have some specific technical issue, like for example, people wanted me to look at brush chords, so that's what's coming next. So it's making sure that the needs of these learners and what you guys want to improve on is in there. Those are the kinds of things that will be coming up. Things that you guys want and need, as well as what I know that you need. The best of both worlds.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tell us about Pillar 3. What can we expect in there?
Yeah, so Pillar 3 is like a funny pillar because it's kind of like all the other stuff.
Etc. Everything.
Yeah, exactly. All that other stuff. But Pillar 3 is really the live teaching. So all the other stuff is going to come to people live. So the Technique Bank and the Tune Bank are pre-recorded videos that you can follow along at your own time, at your own leisure. You can go fast or slow depending on, you know, what you're looking for. Although I will always encourage people to go slower than I think they want to, because people go too fast. So watch out for that. But yeah, the live teaching in Pillar 3 is going to focus on a number of different things. The first thing is guest tutors. And when I say guest tutors, I actually don't mean guest harpists. I mean people from other areas, other art, creative art forms, other skilled and qualified professionals that we can learn from. So, for example, a physiotherapist who can help us learn more about posture, or maybe an Alexander technique specialist who can come in and teach us about useful stretches and that kind of thing sitting at the harp, who is going to know more about that sort of stuff than me because they're trained in that particular area. I've also got the head of the traditional music course to talk about taking traditional music into the university and how that course was developed and why, etc., etc. So there's kind of little nuggets of information that's not going to be, you're not going to want to come along to every single live. Not everyone's going to be interested in hearing about how to form a higher education course, but some people will be. So it gives you this opportunity to delve into and learn from other areas and feed into your own harping, which I think is fascinating. And that's something that's been very, very popular in Harp Scotland. I've had specialists come in. I had an author last week. And it's just fascinating learning from different people,
Yeah.
That's the first thing. The other lives that I'll be doing are what I've decided to name conceptual teaching.
Tell me more.
Yeah, I know. Basically, I think I've chosen a name because it could mean anything.
Leave it open-ended.
Yeah. But basically, something that is, I think, missing from a lot of online teaching is that the kind of thing that you'll get in, or I would give in a one-to-one lesson, understanding how to recognize your own gaps in your knowledge, how to identify where you need help with your technique. So most people who are coming for online learning, or a lot of people who are coming for online learning, don't have a one-to-one teacher. And so teaching them to be sustainable learners and helping them to understand how they can develop their own learning so that these online memberships don't become this kind of like all this stuff, but you don't really know what to look at. So that's part of the conceptual teaching. So things like goal setting, planning your practice, how to be effective within that practice, what to do when you reach overwhelm, what to do when you've been a magpie and you've got 50 things sitting on your music stand and you don't know what to do with them. So these kind of, they're not about teaching harp, but they're about helping you be a well-rounded and sustainable learner.
That's very essential because
Yeah,
there's so much more to just sitting in the harp and going through our sheet music. And I often don't think they're talked about enough. Like even in a run-on-one setting, sometimes those contents tends to get downplayed as well. We
mm-hmm.
just assume they happen. So I'm really happy to hear that that's going to be part of your active conversation
Yeah,
with the membership. And that's why I really think that you're building really a learning community. It's not just
yeah,
about here's a tune that you learn to play and then that's the end of the story, right? So I
yeah,
love that idea of building sustainable learners.
yeah. Tune playing, it's a funny thing. I have to have it in the membership, right? People want to learn tunes, but it's actually the least important thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I said this to you before, give someone a fish and you feed them for a day, but teach them how to fish and you feed them for a lifetime. Like, if I can teach people how to understand music, how to approach their learning, how to set their own goals, they can learn tunes from anyone and not become stuck. They'll be able to become sustainable learners forever. And that's what I'm trying to build. And the learning community, you're so right. So these kinds of conceptual teachings, they have to be done live. I think if I sat in front of a video and recorded myself talking about goal setting, I just can't see that being practical. It's got to be a practical session where we're like, right, everybody, here's your planning worksheet. We're all going to do our planning worksheet together. Let's talk about it. What are you putting here? Why are you putting it there? So that's what we're going to do in January. Everyone's going to have their plan worksheet so that we can practically have a goal setting session that people can actually take forward. And I think it has to be done live. And then the last part is the opportunity to work with me one-to-one. Just recently I thought, do you know what, I'm going to add this in as well. And the reason actually being is because of our current kind of economic climate. Because a lot of people are struggling financially. And realistically, accessing one-to-one, conservatoire level tuition is unrealistic for some people. And I asked myself, how can I give these learners, these amazing harpists who are so wonderful, the opportunity to have that one-to-one attention, to have a conservatoire level lesson without killing myself and trying to give everybody a free lesson. So I've decided to offer the opportunity to have a masterclass with me, and that will be a one-to-one feedback session. So there's a section in the membership in the community where you can say, I'd like masterclass, this is who I am, this is what level I'm at, this is my time zone, and this is what I would like to work on. Or if they're not sure what they need to work on, just I'm going to play this piece and I'd like feedback on it. And that session will be live, and everyone from the membership will be able to sign in and view the one-to-one session. So it's not going to be for everyone. Not everybody will want to have a lesson in front of an entire membership. But they have the opportunity to, if they want to. And because it's live for everyone to see and recorded and put into the membership after, everyone will be able to learn from that membership. And then it makes it worthwhile to have that one-to-one time for them, but for the whole membership to benefit. Mm-hmm. And that will be live. People will be able to join on Zoom and view it, and it will be recorded. All of the live sessions will be recorded and made available in the membership for people to view as and when.
That would be helpful because I'm gonna very different time zone than you, so I might miss some of the live sessions. And it's good to know that even if we couldn't make it to live, we can catch up on the content later.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But talking about different time zones, I am really, the concept of How to Harp is about meeting people's needs. And I am aware that people are in different time zones. So if there's enough, I said this the other night when I was launching the Christmas Harp collaboration, if there's enough people in a different time zone that we could get a live Zoom together, that would mean there's a nice group of people, even though it would be late for me, then we'll do it at a time that suits people in the membership. It's very open and it's very flexible. If people say, I would like this, and other people would also like it, then I will do it. Mm-hmm. To the best of my ability. If I can't do it, I'll try and get a guest tutor in to do it.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a wonderful thing that you're doing and being so considerate of the different needs. And I can imagine how much of work it takes to coordinate it. That being said, I'm so excited to see the membership open up in January for those who have already signed up. And you're going to tell us how to sign up later. But I'm really looking forward to seeing how this all come together because as a learner, I think there are so many important content in this membership that I haven't seen anywhere else yet. You got all grounds covered, really. So there's something for everyone, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
So tell us about it. Tell us about the pricing plan and when we can sign up and how.
Yeah, so early bird sign up is open now, and it will be open until the 19th of December 2022. And at that time, during that period, it is early bird pricing. And the early bird price is £25 a month. And yes, that does mean if you live in a different country, you'll have to work out a conversion. So do watch out for that. £25 a month. It will stay that price for as long as you stay subscribed. Guaranteed. The price will not go up. If there is a tune that we're learning that the sheet music is copyrighted, is under copyright law, then you will have to buy the sheet music separately. That's unavoidable for me. I have to do it. If there's a piece that we're learning, like all the Scottish music that's already in there, that is not copyrighted, that's in public domain, or that is a tune that I've composed, then that sheet music will be included. So it's only if I have to charge for sheet music because of copyright law that people will be charged. If I can include it, it will be included. So £25 for the early bird price. Yes, forever.
That's very exciting. And I understand that for those who are in the Christmas collaboration that you organized this year, they're going to get January for free. Is that offer still available if someone would like to try out the membership in January?
Yes. So the Christmas Harp collaboration is finished. But the Christmas Harp collaboration as a course on my website is still open to sign up. So if you go and sign up to the Christmas Harp collaboration, not only will you get the free Christmas piece and all the technique stuff that I did in November, by the by, but your email address will be added automatically to a list. So then if you then go and sign up to the How to Harp membership, you'll automatically have January free. The Christmas Harp collaboration course will be available to sign up until the 19th of December. So just make sure you go and sign up to that first, and then go and sign up to the How to Harp membership, and then you'll get January free.
Mm-hmm. And if you missed the boat on that, you can't get back on until February when you open up again.
Yeah, so if you don't want to sign up for some ludicrous reason and you don't want to get the early bird discount, I don't know, people have got different circumstances. Yeah, the membership doesn't close completely for sign-ups on the 19th of December. I am going to stop sign-ups on the 19th of December until after the free month. And honestly, that is so that I can, it's a new thing. And so even in January, there will be people's feedback to incorporate, especially in that first month, So it's really to give me and the new members just a month of settle time. And then I will open it again around February time. It will be at the normal price of £35 a month. So there's not an early bird offer if you don't sign up after the 19th. The early bird offer is only until the 19th of December. But yeah, if you miss it, you can sign up after that. It will be £35 a month.
Still a very good value, I think.
It's insane. Ridiculous.
It is. And
Yeah.
I'm already all signed up, and I have checked out the community
Yes.
pages, which is excellent. There's some really good engagement amongst the members, and I can't
Yeah.
wait to hang out with the How to Harp learners together and also with you. And again, I just really want to thank you for putting this together. I have really seen the evolution of
Yeah.
Harp Scotland through the years because Javier was one of your early adopters that signed up for Harp Scotland, and I have really seen how you take in the feedback
Yeah.
from your learners and change this program up. So I'm very excited to see the launch of How to Harp coming soon in a couple of weeks.
Yay. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited. Long may it continue.
Well, thank you very much for your time, and I can't wait to see the rest of you in How to Harp.
Thank you. I'll see you there.